When we moved into our new home, it felt like a fresh start. My husband Kyle, our son Ethan, and I were excited to leave behind Ethan's bullying experience at school and start over. The house had belonged to Christopher, an older man who passed away recently. His daughter, Tracy, sold us the house, saying she couldn't bear the memories of it. "Too many memories in there," she told me. "I wanted to go to a family who will love it like we did." We were eager to settle in, but from day one, something strange happened. A husky showed up at our front door every morning. He was old, with graying fur and piercing blue eyes, and he always sat there quietly, waiting for food. At first we assumed he belonged to a neighbor, but he came every day at the same time, acting as though he belonged here. Ethan quickly bonded with the dog, spending hours playing with him. I noticed that the dog seemed to be a calming presence, just what Ethan needed after his difficult experience at his old school. One day, while petting the dog, Ethan discovered a name on the dog's collar: Christopher Jr. My heart skipped. Could this husky have belonged to the man who once lived here? Later, the husky began acting strangely, pacing near the woods as though he wanted us to follow him. Ethan, excited, insisted we follow the dog, so we ventured into the forest. After about 20 minutes, the dog led us to a clearing where we found a pregnant fox trapped in a snare. Ethan wanted to help, and after a struggle, we freed the fox. We rushed her to the vet, with the husky tagging along. The vet said the fox needed surgery, and we waited nervously. When the fox recovered, she seemed to recognize me and stopped howling when I entered the room. "It's like she knows you helped her," the vet said. We brought the fox home and set up a small den for her in the garage. The husky, whom Ethan had named CJ, stayed with the fox the entire time. A few days later, the fox gave birth to 4 kits. Ethan and I were amazed, and the fox allowed us to be a part of it. "She only lets us near her babies," Ethan said, and I nodded. "CJ too. He's part of our family now." When the kits were old enough, we knew it was time to let them go. We built a den for them in the forest, and watched as Vixen and her kits disappeared into the woods. Now, every weekend, Ethan, CJ, and I visit them. Vixen always greets us, her kits trailing behind her, just as curious as ever.